Well, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Final Fantasy VI. Alrighty, so I think I've got my party pretty much set for going after the floating continent. Now, I did do quite a bit of magic learning off-screen, and I got a bunch of rages learned for Gao as well. I'm not going to use them, but you never know, they might come in handy for later. So I have decided that I'm bringing Edgar along with me for this. I was originally going to bring Mog, but looking at the enemies that I'm going to be up against, I don't think Mog would be terribly useful. At least Edgar has his Drool tool, which will be much more useful than whatever Mog has, I think. Alright, so... Oh, also, because I spent a lot of time in the Veldt looking for enemies for Gao to use Leap on, I did end up getting a lot of money. So what I did with that extra gil is I went to Jador and I bought the 2 Espers, or the 2 Magicite that you can get from the auction house there. Now they do show up completely randomly. The first one you can get is Golem. I believe you end up having to pay about 20,000 gil for it. He casts Protects on the party. You can learn Cure 2, Stop, and Save, or Protect from him. And the other one is Zone Seek. Now that one you have to end up having to pay 10,000 for. This one casts Shell in the party, and you can learn Rasp, Osmos, and Shell from it. So yeah, I did spend a lot of time getting a whole bunch of spells for Edgar. Well, for my entire party, really. Some of the important ones that I feel like are going to help us out are Doom and Break. I think Rasp should really help us out as well. Let's see. Locke has Unicorn on. Strago has Carbuncle. Maybe I'll give him Golem so he can start learning Stop. It's rare I would use Stop, but maybe it would be better. Yeah, he can keep Unicorn. And then he has Ifrit just so that he can learn Fire too. Besides the rages and learning magic, oh yeah, and I have learned some lores for Strago as well. Let's see. Alright, so Condemned is a new one, so is Roulette. Pearlwind, you saw me get. Stepmine, I believe, is a blue magic that I learned from an enemy called a Grease Monkey, or it's something around South Vigro. If you cast Confuse on it, it'll cast Stepmine. Now this spell is interesting because it deals damage in proportion to the number of steps you've taken. Discord, I'm pretty sure I learned from the enemies that accompany the Pipsqueaks from the Magitech factory. I believe they're called Chasers. This I got from an enemy. It starts with an I can't remember its name, but it's basically one of the most powerful enemies that you can face, at least at this point. But this spell is pretty useless. Uses your own HP to save the party. And of course, there's Exploder that we learned from a bomb. But Condemned is basically just a Doom counter, and Roulette will randomly pick a target to kill instantly. I think I learned Roulette from Pipsqueaks, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I know what I learned Condemn from. I had Gao learn a rage from a Zombone, and then I just had him use that rage in battle, and he decided to use it. That's how I got it. Alright, rages for Gao. I got a Magroder even. I think Rhodox. A Baskervore. Anguiform, Chicken Lip, Ing, a Harvester, a Slam Dancer, a Hades Gigas, an Aspect, a Rhinox, a Zombone, Mind Candy, Intengier. That's the strong enemy I was talking about. He also learned Slurm, Adamantchit, and Gobbledygook. So yeah, those are just some of the useful rages that Gal can learn. It's very... It depends on the situation, but as I've said before, if you build him up right, he can be one of the most powerful party members in the game. Anyway, I'll just show you this real quick. So yeah, if you land on this island here, on the far northeast of the world map, you have a chance of running into an enemy called an Intangier, which, if you end up revealing it, it looks like a behemoth. But basically, this enemy will stay invisible. If you cast a magic spell on it, it will reveal itself, and it also casts Meteor on the party. But one of the easiest ways to kill it is, for whatever reason, if an enemy is invisible, Doom will instantly kill it. It counters with Meteor to whoever cast it, but it does work, and it gets you 10 magic points every time you do it. So that's a fairly quick way to level your magic spells. Alright, so I think we're about as ready as we'll ever be. I don't have Edgar dual wielding at the moment, because it's not going to help us out much where we're going. Well, I guess he could for now, because we're not on the floating continent yet. Yeah, let's give him a Thunderblade and a Breakblade. And we'll give him a Bard's Hat instead of that gold helmet. Locke can keep his Sneak Ring and running shoes. And I guess Strago can keep his running shoes and earrings. Alright, I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and find the floating continent. Only 3 allowed in your party. The others must stay on board. Okay. So we're going to bring Edgar, Locke, and Strago. Now keep in mind, at some point, Celis will have to join the party. She's forced into the party. So if you feel like it, you can bring her along now. But I would say that bringing Strago is a good idea, because there's a couple more blue magic spells that we can learn along the way. So this is the team that I'm going with. Alright, let's go after that floating continent. Uh-oh. Looks like the Empire's got a defense waiting for us. The Imperial Air Force! We're surrounded. Let's give them a bloody lip. Oh, I think we'll give them more than that. Alright, so let's take care of that Spitfire first. Ooh, we can still tinctures from them. That's useful. Yeah, since these are mechanical enemies, Bolt will work very well on them. Oh, now they're actually attacking the ship now as well. Yeah, I would say that the Spitfires are the most dangerous enemy here. Let's see if a drill will work fairly well. Ooh, an elixir. That was a nice steal. Ooh, nice. Okay, good. Strago gains a level. Oh, wow. I just noticed Strago actually has more HP than Edgar. That's kind of sad. That hurt a little bit. Bye-bye, enemies. I've got a ton of potions. Rather than waste MP, let's just use these. Normally it's better to conserve items, but since I have so many potions, I might as well use them. Cool, Edgar learned fire too. Something curious approaches. Uh-oh. Well, we stole some tinctures, so I don't see why we couldn't use a few of them. Now that's one of the attacks you have to worry about, absolute zero. Because it deals a moderate amount of damage to the whole party. Still, we're holding our own pretty well here right at the moment. Wait, what the hell? What is that? It's a weird-looking creature. What the hell is that thing? Oh no, it's Ultros. Hello again, Ultros. No, really, this is our last battle. Trust me. You got that right there, pal. Dried meat? That's not very good. Alright, so he should still be weak to fire too, I would imagine. Holy cow! I lose again! Well, today I've brought a pal! Mr. Chupon, come on down! Okay. Mr. Chupon's attack a turn, but terribly powerful. Really? Oh, we stole a dirk from him. Oh, there goes Ultros. Now, I don't think we can technically beat this guy, We just have to survive. Let's steal some MP from him now. Yeah, maybe we should just not use magic attacks on him, because I know we can't beat this guy. Not technically. Ooh, nice hit there. Oh, yep, sneeze. This is when he kicks us off of the airship. And then he knocks us right into another boss fight. So say hello to the Air Force, the laser gun, and the missile bay. So let's try to steal from the side things first. Good, we got an elixir. I love how angry one of these, the things on the side of the ship look. It's just kind of amusing to me. Oh, one of them's destroyed. And we stole an X-Ether. That's interesting. Ooh, that might hurt. Yep. Okay, so now it's not as much of a threat now that we've taken care of his artillery. Oh, and he's dead. Now, if you had let that if you had let that fight continue on a bit further after destroying his weapons on the side, he sends out an enemy that I believe is called a Speck. It doesn't have a whole lot of HP, but while it's on the field, it draws all of your magic attacks over to it. So, if it comes out, just destroy it quickly, and then you can focus on the enemy. Called Air Force. Yay, we did it! And we got a Zarina ring. So yes, welcome to the floating continent. Kefka, Gestel, and the statues are just ahead. Alright, so we're gonna have to be careful around here. Because these are some of the toughest enemies you'll face in the game, right here. Some of them they're even tougher than enemies you'll face later on, which is kind of scary. Okay, let me see here. Brainpans are weak to fire and lightning. Oh, he's been stopped, that's why it's not working. Now, if we leave these things alone, I believe they'll cast some high-level magic, or some blue magic that Strago could learn. I don't know if he'll learn it while he's stopped, though. That's the only thing that worries me. So he used level 3 Muddle. He could also use 2 different attacks as well. Let's wait and see if he'll do them. So there's level 5 Doom. I had to use a tincture to get him to use it. And there's level 4 Flare. Alright, I think we can safely kill this thing now. Strago learned Stop, he learned Muddle, level 4 Flare, and level 5 Doom. Sweet. Now, if you had run into an enemy back in the Magitech factory, in like the staircase that led up to the research facility, there was an enemy there that was called a Trapper. I didn't end up running into him, but this Trapper could actually cast the same spells that this guy just cast. Level 3 Muddle, level 4 Flare, and level 5 Doom. But I didn't run into him, so that's why I couldn't find him on the Veldt to learn the spells for Strago. But that's okay, because you can learn them from this guy right here. Now, we need to run into another enemy called a Brainpan, and then that way we can learn another spell. Another spell for Strago, that is. Now you're going to notice that Shadow is here as well. Down with the Empire. Once I outlived my usefulness, they tried to off me. They thought you were a goner. Yep, your dog's okay. Just a little dinged up. No, you're coming with us. So yay, we got Shadow back. Blossom, Mithril Shield, Bard's Hat, and a Power Sash, I guess. Alright, so Edgar, you're not going to need your Genji Club anymore. What could I cast on you? What could I put on you instead? Might be better just to give him some earrings to up his magical attacks. Because we're not really going to be using the fight command much, mainly because enemies are really tough up here. So magic attacks are probably going to be the way to go. I did buy a whole bunch of earrings for the record, so that everyone could at least equip one. Get your Bard's Hat back on. Strago, we're gonna switch you over to the Fire Rod. Maybe Gaia Gear would be better for him over the Power Sash. Give you running shoes and the earrings as well. can have Shiva's. Yeah, I guess Shiva. It's important that all of our characters know Osmos so that they can drain MP from enemies. Oh, something else that I did while I was not leveling, but getting the lores and Sungao's rages and stuff. I did buy some throwing stuff, just specifically for this part here. Let's see. I've had a bunch of fire skeins and a bunch of bolt edges, because enemies here tend to be weak to fire and thunder. So that'll help him out. Alright, now let's see if we can find a Brainpan enemy. Again. Good, we found one right away. That's not good. Good, that got rid of his silence. You cast Break on him. Edgar, you use your drill on the Apokryphos enemy. Alright, now when this enemy's alone, it should cast another blue magic that we can learn. Yep, Blowfish. That's a very nasty ability. It's basically 1,000 needles. It always does 1,000 damage. Alright. So that's 4 new blue magic spells that Strago's just learned. Very nice. Got a good bit of lores for him now, which is cool. Alright, we're gonna rest and save one more time, and then we'll start exploring the floating continent. I actually didn't mean to save there. Oh well. Alright, let's check this place out.